Credit cards. Marvelous tools or snakes in your wallet? Do you like to purchase products with a credit card? Although the card will let you use the product while paying for it, the costs associated with such cards, including their high interest rates, fees and penalties, stack the odds in favor of you getting hurt by them. In 2012, the average credit card debt per U.S. household was $15,364. Using a credit card is an example of an open-end installment loan, commonly called revolving credit. Open-end loans differ from fixed installment loans, such as car loans and mortgages, in that there is no schedule for paying a fixed amount each period. Credit card loans require users to make only a minimum monthly payment that depends upon the unpaid balance and the interest rate. Credit cards have high interest rates compared to other kinds of loans. Most credit card customers are billed every month. Customers receive a statement called an itemized billing that includes the unpaid balance on the first day of the billing period, the total balance owed on the last day of the billing period, a list of purchases and cash advances made during the billing period, any finance charges or other fees incurred, the date of the last day of the billing period, the payment due date, and the minimum payment required. Customers who make a purchase during the billing period and pay the entire amount of the purchase by the end of the payment due date are not charged interest. This is commonly referred to as the grace period. Methods for calculating interest or the finance charges on credit cards may vary and interest rates can vary. Please make sure you pay attention to the directions on any homework or test assignment and how we are going to calculate open-end installment loans. What are some advantages of using a credit card? You get to use the product before actually paying for it. There is no interest charged by paying the balance due at the end of each billing period. Responsible use is an effective way to build credit. There is no need to carry large amounts of cash. Credit cards are more convenient than checks. Credit cards offer lots of consumer protections. And they provide a source of temporary emergency funds. They can extend shopping opportunities to purchases over the phone or on the internet. Monthly billing statements can help keep track of spending patterns. And they may provide amenities such as free miles towards airfare. What about some of the disadvantages of credit cards? Credit cards typically have higher interest rates on unpaid balances than other installment loans. There is no cap on interest rates. In 2009, the U.S. Senate defeated an amendment that would have imposed a 15% cap on credit card interest rates. There are also no cap on fees. Typically, lower interest rates are offset by high fees associated with simply owning the card. Beware of the fine print. Watch for hidden fees such as account setup fees, annual fees, and monthly servicing fees. Furthermore, issuers can hike fees at any time for any reason. When making purchases on a credit card, it is easy to overspend. Credit cards can serve as a tool for financial trouble. Using a credit card to buy more than you can afford and failing to pay the bill in full each month can result in serious debt. Fees and interest charges are added to the balance, which continues to grow even if there are no new purchases. And watch out for the minimum payment trap. Credit card debt is made worse by paying only the required minimum. If we pay only the required minimum, that payment typically goes towards most of the interest without reducing any of the principal. Credit cards have been around since the 1950s. Their plastic lookalikes, debit cards, were introduced in the mid-1970s. Although debit cards look and feel like credit cards, the big difference is that debit cards are linked to your bank account. When you use a debit card, the money you spend is deducted electronically from your bank account. It is similar to writing an electronic check, but there's no paper involved and the check gets cashed instantly. Debit cards offer the convenience of making purchases with a piece of plastic without the temptation of racking up credit card debt. You cannot spend the money you don't have because the card won't work if the money is not in your checking or savings account. Debit cards are the same as cash. Debit cards also have some drawbacks. They may not offer the same protection plans that a credit card does for disputed charges. It is easy to rack up overdraft charges if your bank enrolls you in an overdraft protection plan. Debit card purchases should be treated like those for which you would use a check.